that's too much for my little boy brain. Don't laugh at me. I know what type of man you are.
Oh, yeah?
I'm grabbing the... Yeah, ibuprofen. Ibuprofen all night.
Ibuprofen all night.
I literally just pulled out a candle, just be like, fire, make me better.
Aren't you a firefighter?
Fire, make me better.
Okay. I now know how you operate as a firefighter. You just
All
walk into the
firefighters
fire.
are pyromaniac.
You know, that would make sense. So you pitched the deck idea of just... You didn't even give me much information. You were just like, Sauron, the Dark Lord, Commander. And I was like, okay. And then I asked you, do you want...
I think I told you...
Did you tell me something else? Am I...
Well, I'm checking the logs, right?
Yeah, I'm checking the receipts. Hold on. Yeah, I'm looking here. You just said...
Yeah, I didn't give you shit on it.
Sauron the Dark Lord.
Because I want you to understand, I was like, I'll give you one of these choices. And then I thought we were going to talk about it more.
I did ask you... I gave you 3 options for Sauron, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, I said zombies, which I should have said amassing. Sacking things per turn or wheeling.
And I'm pretty sure I chose sack.
Yes, you chose sack. One of my friends, who is in the Doomsday Cast server, he also has a Sauron deck, and he named his deck I Burnt My Sack. Because instead of using sack outlets to destroy his amassed army to eventually deal damage with like Blood Artisan effects, he just burns his army with like shock and stuff like that. It's very funny, and you really don't expect it because you're like, in response to your spell, I cast shock on my own army, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? It's very funny, and I tried not to steal Peter's idea because maybe we'll review his deck eventually, and we'll see.
You just felt like bringing up that.
Yes, I just wanted to bring up the Burnt My Sack deck because, first of all, funny name. Second of all, I like the concept. It was very fun. I made this deck around sacking something each turn.
We have Sauron, the Dark Lord. He cost 6 mana total. 3 generic, 1 blue, 1 black, 1 red. Ward, sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1. Whenever an army you control deals damage to a player, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 4 cards. And he is a 7/6.
There's so much text on this card. Like,
yeah, he's a crazy card.
Yeah. He does like 3 separate things. Like
he creates, he gives you a way to draw,
and the ring tempts you.
I don't even remember what the ring temping you even do.
I'll explain the 4, I want to say phases, it's not exactly, but whatever. The 4 levels of the ring. So when the ring tempts you, let's just clarify what happens when the ring tempts you. When the ring tempts you, you must choose a ring bearer. Someone to gain the abilities that the ring emblem will give it. The first ability it will give it is your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. The second level of the ring, when your ring bearer attacks, draw a card and discard a card. Nice and simple. Third level of the ring, whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of combat. objectively better death touch. Then the fourth phase of the ring, whenever your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. We're not being tempted by the ring too many times, but because we're dealing with orc armies and Sauron's ability has many abilities, and one of them allows you to get tempted by the ring if you deal damage with an army, it might happen a couple times. So, be familiar with the ring emblem. All of this deck is completely unrelated to Lord of the Rings. I think I have like a couple Lord of the Rings cards in here, but other than that, it's just not there. So, this deck, we're meant to have an orc army every turn and sacrifice it for other benefits. So, one of Sauron's abilities, like we listed out, whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass orcs 1. Amass orcs means you create an army, an orc army token, or add the type orc to an army token that you have, and then put a +1/+1 counter on it. The reason why I said that second bit without the +1/+1, before the +1/+1 counter, is we have one other card that amasses an army, but it amasses zombies. Yes. So it's Dreadhorde Invasion. I had to specify that because when we amass zombies 1, and then we amass orcs 1, we will have a zombie orc army. There's instant speed sack outlets, which is like the basis of this deck. I'm too lazy to go over all of them, but there's I think like somewhere around 10. There's a lot of them. I added in everyone. But there is something I wanted to talk to you about with this deck, Jack.
Yes, I'm listening.
If you scroll down, there is a considering tab. This is where I put some very good cards. And the reason why I put them here is because they are also very expensive.
Yeah.
So there are, for example, Phyrexian Altar, Ashnod's Altar, and Altar of Dementia. They are all cards that are instant speed sack outlets, but more than $10, every single one of them. And we'll come back to that later, because some of them are important to separate bits of the deck. So we want, unironically in this deck, it feels weird, because we were talking about people not casting spells, and we don't exactly want people to cast that many spells. With this deck, we want them to cast as many spells as possible. Like if someone's about to cast 2 spells, we want what should happen is Sauron triggers when they cast a spell. We amass orcs 1. Then, if an opponent casts another spell, in response to Sauron's trigger, we sacrifice the orc army we have for death triggers, and then because of the Sauron trigger on the stack, we make another orc army.
We want them to be doing things so we can get the things.
Yes. If opponents cast no spells on their turn, our deck is worse. It just doesn't work as well. It still works, just not that great. It's funny. But anyway, like I said, there's death triggers that we really want. So I said Blood Artist, similar effects. There's literally Blood Artist. There's also Garna, which I found interesting. It says whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card if it was attacking. Otherwise, it deals 1 damage to each opponent. So it's kind of cool. If we attack with an army, and we know it's not going to get through with combat damage, then we can just, like, sack it at instant speed and draw a card. I think that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
There's Marionette Apprentice, which is Blood Artist, but without the life gain. Oh, yeah. Once this card was printed, everyone went crazy over it. Mayhem Devil, which is a very funny card. The only reason why it's funny is because it says a player. So, say they have sack lands, we get to deal 1 damage to any target. It's
so fun.
It's so funny. It's great. Mirkwood Bats. Very good because it's whenever we create or sacrifice. So that's 2 life per opponent casting a spell. Vran, Executioner Thane, I thought was a bad card for the longest while. But I put it in this deck and it's very good. Because yes, it only triggers once each turn, but with this deck, it's gonna happen once each turn.
Alright, I just have to say this because I think it's really funny to point out. Wander. The entire reason I'm pointing this out is that is the only blue card in the entirety of the 99.
Fucking hell, it is true. It's like you can take the card out too. It's not like needed in the deck.
No, it's so fun. Literally, blue is just there for the commander, basically.
We have other death triggers that aren't creatures. Crowded Crypt is a funny one because you can eventually get a 2/2 black zombie that's decayed for each thing that died, which is pretty cool. Black Market, which gives us free mana, which is...
Oh, free mana?
Yeah.
Yeah, it technically is.
Yeah, I mean, like, just for each charge counter on it, and we get charge counters when a creature dies. Any creature, by the way. But we also are going to have a token if we're sacrificing them each turn. We're going to have a token enter every time an opponent casts a spell. Which means we also want enter the battlefield effects that are powerful. So... Oh wait, I forgot to mention, Butcher of Malakir is fucked up in this deck.
Butcher of Malakir.
I mean, it's also...
oh yeah, that is fucked up.
Yeah, Grave Pact is also... Grave Pact and I think Dictate of Erebos are in the considering.
The bridge. We should put Dictate of Erebos.
No, it's so weak. Literally every time someone casts a spell, each opponent sacrifices a creature. It's so fucked up, man. It's so
funny.
I mean, you know, it is. It's true. But Ayara is an ETB effect. I was looking at others and I forget. We already went over Mirkwood Bats, which isn't technically an ETB, but it's whenever you create one. It's a slight difference, but who cares? Witty Roastmaster is a very funny card, and I haven't been able to put it in the deck until now. It kind of fucking sucks, I'll be honest. 2 generic and a red for a 3/2 that says whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, deal 1 damage to each opponent.
Like, that's not bad, but it's just like you're just having to make a lot of creatures to get value out of it. You're just doing Impact Tremor. It's just Impact Tremors.
Speaking of, Impact Tremors is in the deck.
Yeah, it's just Impact Tremors.
It is literally just Impact Tremors, but on a creature?
On a creature, so it's worth.
Yeah. A funny card that I read, and I was very confused on why this was in a Sauron deck list, is a Lasting Tarfire. It's 1 generic and a red for an enchantment. It's from Lorwyn Eclipse, so it's pretty new. It says, beginning of each end step, If you put a counter on a creature this turn, deals 2 damage to each opponent.
Oh, okay. I can see why.
Yeah, because amassing an army puts a counter on a 0/0 army. So literally each turn, assuming everyone plays a spell, which they should be doing, each turn we deal 2 damage to each opponent, which means by the time it comes back to us, each opponent will be taking 8.
This is just a fucking group slug deck.
Yeah, basically. Pretty
Is that
much.
why there's no blue?
Yeah. I already said there's instant speed sack outlets, but Drivnod is overpowered and he's above $5, but I had to keep him in because double your dying triggers is really good.
No, yeah, he just works so well.
It's
In
great.
a deck where you're trying to sacrifice everything. Yeah.
It's just so good. It's just so good. It's worth the fucking $6 to $10 I think he is.
14, 15.
Oh, yep, 15. That makes sense. There's also it was very funny. I thought about this card as one of the first cards in the deck, and then I realized it's basically our commander. It says it's Ophiomancer. 2 generic and a black, human shaman, 2/2. Beginning of each upkeep, if you control no snakes, make a 1/1 black snake with Death Touch.
No, I saw that. I'm like, that just works. It's
Yeah,
just
no,
more creatures.
It's just our commander, but you know, it only triggers 1 each upkeep instead of like however many times their commander will trigger.
The entire point of the Ophiomancer is you get the snakes as just blockers until it's your turn, and then you cash them out.
Like,
Look, man, as a 13/13 Eldritch Horror, well, I guess it's not an Eldritch Horror, Eldrazi, I can tell you the only thing scarier than a 2/2 snake is 13 squirrels.
a card that I found funny putting in the deck, because there's cards that sacrifice a creature to kill a creature, right? That's kind of a normal effect.
That's black, yeah.
Yeah, Lash of the Balrog, Worthy Cost. They're 2 of the ones that we have in the deck. But we have one that's not exactly that, but basically that. It's, and I haven't been able to put this in the deck because it's technically a bad card. It's Tragic Slip. 1 black mana for an instant. And this is where it sounds terrible. 1 black mana for an instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. For 1 black, that's not that great.
That's mediocre.
But then it has Morbid. That creature instead gets -13 until end of turn, instead if a creature died this turn.
You know what? That actually works perfect in this deck, though.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna... Sure, there'll be once in a blue moon that you're gonna get -1/-1, but every turn you're gonna be hopefully killing one of your things. And just... I don't care what you have. I want it gone.
It could even be Emrakul. And Emrakul has a Tragic Slip.
Bro is floating and slipped. Damn. That is natural selection at its finest.
Yeah, that's fucking embarrassing. I never really thought about this card when it came out. I thought it was kind of boring. But it's very interesting because I didn't read it correctly, it seems. Sothera, the Super Void. Legendary enchantment. It's 2 generic and 2 black. Came out on Edge of Eternities. And it's a mythic. And I was like, legendary enchantment, mythic. And then I like skimmed it and thought it was bad. And I realized it is not bad. It says, whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent chooses a creature they control and exiles it. Sound very similar to a couple of cards that we have.
Yeah, except technically stronger, because fuck you, exile.
Yep, exactly. It's too bad it has more text. At the beginning of your end step,
And
if a
that
player
tech-
controls
ruling.
no creatures, sacrifice it, Sothera, and then put a creature card exiled with it onto the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters.
Okay, at least I'll give it one line of credit. It says at the beginning of your end step.
Yes.
So you get
So,
one full turn cycle with it, hopefully.
yeah. Yeah. If you get a full turn cycle with it, you can, I mean, after exiling 3 creatures for each opponent, can basically get one of the exiled creatures that you exiled from your opponents, which is pretty cool. I mean, considering that
It is pretty cool.
a objectively better Grave Pact and it's only fucking maximum of $5.
You know what? Not that bad.
Yeah. If you cast this on an empty board, you move to your end step and you sacrifice it for no reason.
So you just don't use that card on it.
Yeah,
You hold
just
on to it
do
and say,
not
"Okay."
play it until each player has at least a creature on the battlefield. And then it'll go around for a turn, at least.
So you see, that's why I'm just like, I think it works.
Yeah. Let's talk about the considering cards, because I don't know. I think a lot of them are very good cards, but I'm concerned because some of them are like, what, $40? Card. Remember how I mentioned Lasting Tar Fire?
Yeah.
In considering, there is a card that is technically better and also technically worse. All will be one. Literally
One.
namesake card of the set, all will be one. Which I think is pretty cool that they printed a card that is the name of the set. But all will be one. Whenever you put one or more counters on a permanent or player, just in case you're dealing with poison, it deals that much damage to target opponent, creature an opponent controls, or planeswalker an opponent controls. So, every time someone casts a spell, you're putting one counter on your Orc army, which will trigger all will be one, and deal 1 damage to a creature, opponent, or planeswalker.
So, alright, here's what I gotta say about All Will Be One. It is technically better than Lasting Tarfire. For all inclusive purposes, it is just better. The more players you have, the more value Lasting Tarfire has, because that's each opponent. Well, All Will Be One is targeted.
It is.
So while All Will Be One is great at shutting down card threats, I imagine. Not just shutting down singular problems more. All Will Be or Tar Pit, whatever.
Lasting
Tar
Tarfire, yeah.
Will push down the game way faster.
Yeah, because it deals 2 damage to each opponent. Honestly, like, the most powerful cards in the deck are the ones that say each opponent. Because, like, Blood Artist only says target player, compared to Vindictive Vampire, which deals 1 damage to each opponent. It's... in like, a 1v1, that's worse, objectively, because it costs more mana. But in Commander, it is a lot better.
Yeah.
Speaking of
I think it
destroying
still works.
creatures for casting spells, Attrition, which is a pretty expensive card. It's 1 generic, 2 black, enchantment, 1 black. The activated ability costs 1 black and sacrifice a creature to destroy target non-black creature.
It's just that it's such a simple thing to do, and it's not even like a tap ability, so you can just destroy someone with it.
Like, the only downside about this card is that it costs a black mana. That's it. That like sacrificing a creature in this deck is just waiting for an opponent to cast a spell. Anyway, yeah, Dictate of Erebos. Technically better than Grave Pact and also technically worse. Having it at flash speed is really nice, but at the same time,
that's why it's better.
Yeah, that's the only reason why it's better, but at the same time it costs 1 more mana than Grave Pact. And
yeah,
I mean,
but that flash can really fuck people over because, say for example, someone does a single-sided board wipe or whatever. They're not affected by a board wipe basically.
True.
Flash that in real quick, and then just say, "Fuck you, we're all losing shit here, man."
Yeah, I personally think it's better. It's also cheaper, which is cool.
What, Grave Pact?
No, Dictate of Erebos. It's cheaper than Grave Pact.
Oh, it is cheaper.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's cheaper,
money-wise.
Because
Dictate of Erebos gets printed way more.
Yeah, I think it's been printed a total of 3 times, while Grave Pact has been printed twice.
Yeah. I do... God. There's one card I want to throw in here so bad. And I know you'll hate it, but I just really want to put it in.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
You already know what it is. You have it there. It's sitting right there.
Is it? Oh, no.
Everyone hates it.
Everyone hates it.
Do you pay the 1?
Oh. Oh.
I just want to put it in there just for the simple fact that we're already trying to get a bunch of resources off other people playing cards.
Yeah.
Why not just have that in there as well? Because then that also... I'm glad Sauron has the ward, because if Sauron did not have ward on him, holy shit. People would be doing their damnedest to get rid of him every single second.
Also, the ward is so insane. Like, with most ward costs, it's like 2, 3.
Ward.
Pay 2 life.
Ward. Lose a life. Ward,
but with
sacrifice a legendary artifact or creature.
Like, okay, you can kill my Sauron, but sacrifice your commander. Like, what the fuck?
It's so perfect.
It's
so perfect.
It's so nice.
The only technical downside of putting Rhystic Study with Sauron is that you kind of don't... You want card draw, but Sauron also just lets you wheel your hand so easily that you don't care.
Yeah. I think the other downside, the reason why I almost didn't put Rhystic Study in, is because it discourages people from casting spells.
You're not wrong.
Like, whenever I have to cast... whenever I have to play against Rhystic Study, I usually just try to pay the 1. So I usually cast, like, 1 less spell.
And so that's one less thing, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, Rhystic Study also... It's such a good card.
There's a reason it's, like, the most expensive card in the maybes.
Yeah.
I want you to understand, I would put Sephiroth in it over it.
Of course you would. You love Sephiroth. I mean, also, Sephiroth is a fucking overpowered card because it's the first emblem on a creature. Like,
dude, it's
what
so
the
good.
fuck? What do you mean there's an emblem for Sephiroth? Not even a Planeswalker. It's the first time an emblem has been a non-Planeswalker.
You see, my favorite part is that you can get multiple emblems of the same thing.
Yeah. The worst part is in this deck, you could actually do that because there's some recursion spells, so you could be like, oh, when transform, so I get the emblem. Oh man, you killed Sephiroth. I'll just bring him back face up and then flip him next turn, and now I have a second emblem. Fuck you. Like, that's...
Well, I mean, it's really easy in this deck to... If someone plays 4 spells, you simply just flip Sephiroth.
Yeah.
You just get to flip him. let's say, for example, you just had Dictative Erebos in there as well, and you just kind of, wouldn't that be funny? Isn't
Oh
that funny?
god, then you only have to sacrifice 2 of them, and then just flip Sephiroth. Oh.
Just so you know, I am just pushing my Sephiroth agenda. That is all this conversation is.
My Sephiroth agenda. My white-ass, white-haired, long-sworded Sephiroth agenda.
You got a problem with that?
I wish I did.
That's what I thought. Either way, the only things that I would really end up doing to this deck is, see, half the reason I'm putting Ristic Study is just because that's another blue card to go in there as well. I just want to put in like another 2 more blue cards, Ristic Study, and then I'd probably throw in.
Talion
if I don't give a
is a little bit more than $10 and a fun card.
Who? What? Talion? Yeah.
Talion, he's in considering. I like him personally, but you know, there's some other blue cards you could go with.
You're right. Cyclonic Rift. You're so
no. I did not expect that. Fuck.
You're so right. Oh my god, you're such a genius. Oh my god, you're so right. I know exactly what this deck needs to be complete. It just needs 2 more cards, and then we're good.
What 2 cards, Jack?
Well, it just needs... What are the colors of the deck, Parker?
It's blue, black, red.
Yeah. Blue-black.
What?
Just needs 2 more cards, and the deck's complete. Get everyone's favorite win condition in here.
Wait.
That's right. We're putting in... Fuck, why can't I remember his name? Shit. Hold on. Wait. I know who I'm talking about. I'm a cool guy.
Yeah. Talking about
I'm not
GameStop.
stalling, you're stalling.
Definitely
What?
not a cop.
Why'd you say you're not a cop?
So I'm not.
Because I'm not. Well,
I think that you're a cop. I also think that you're a cop.
Well, listen, boys. You better go stop, or I'll have you rest. I'm not Thassus Oracle.
Of course it's Thoracle. I think Thoracle would be so fucking funny. Just demonic consultation Thoracle.
It just goes into like every blue-black deck to begin with.
I mean, it's a 2-card combo. It's everyone. 2-card combos are pretty powerful.
No, yeah. I do have to say, it is stupid as fuck. And it would make me hate my life, but...
Fair.
It's literally just in there as like an... Oh, shit. I don't... Oh, shit. I'm out of stickies. No one's gonna get that reference.
I do.
But it's just a panic button, basically. Just panic, and I'll try to win the game.
Yeah, that's true. Worst case. I think the funniest case of Thoracle would be cast Thoracle, sacrifice Thoracle to get another death trigger.
No, that'd be so... Oh my god, so I think that'd be so funny. I wouldn't do that now.
It would be so funny.
I want Thoracle in here just so I can play him down. Everyone like, oh shit. Anyway, I sacrifice Thoracle. What?
What? What do you mean? You sacrifice? What?
Are you not winning the game? No, I'm winning the game. Just not through Thoracle. That's some kind of monster.
That would be pretty fucking funny, though. Oh, also, a very funny card in this deck. I put it in this deck as removal, and I realized that it could be used for better things. One of my favorite red cards, Chaos Warp. I love Chaos Warp.
You see, my favorite part about Chaos Warp is whenever I use Chaos Warp against someone, they literally just get the same card back out, and it's like, how the fuck do you do this?
The funny part about this deck,
and it's just
is Chaos Warp your 1/1 that you amass from someone casting a spell.
No, you can do stuff like that, and that's what's funny.
Like that's
Because
pretty
Chaos Warp
funny.
is a card you can really just use on yourself.
Yeah, no, I love the card. It's so nice. Like, one of my favorite instants, and I don't have many favorite instants because I hate instants.
No, but also, so this deck is actually not too bad on price-wise as well.
Yeah, I tried not to bring it too much. I mean, if you put all of the considering in, I think it's like $500. But
well, if you put in all the considerings, yeah, because there's like a bunch of them that are $50, so it's like it'll jump in price, obviously.
yeah, but you know, I take in and take out the considerings as you want. I purposefully put them in considering because I personally would not buy most of those cards.
I mean, fair. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I know Opposition Agent is great. It's a great card. It does everything I ever need a card to do, because fuck you for searching your deck. But at the same time, I don't.
Yeah, it's not worth. I don't think it's worth the money.
This deck is
personally.
obviously like meant to be an all right deck. It's got a lot of interaction.
Yeah, I tried
But
to
it's
make
not
a
meant
bracket
to.
for it. We'll see if it's bracket for.
Literally, if we want it better, we just have to throw in like, all right, I'm gonna put in Opposition Agent, Ristic Study, the 3 altars.
True. Deadly Rollick, just for free spells.
All right, guys. Great tangent, guys. It was a pleasure to video.
Pleasure to video. You know what? I'm ending there. That's